Hey guys,
Hi, y'all.
how's the audio? I know our video is a little messed up because when I scheduled the live, I had seen that there was an option for go live together. So we were going to go live on Altruistic and on Working with Wiley, but we couldn't get our audio worked out.
Yeah, there was a lot of issues there, so
There was a lot of backfeed and stuff, so we went ahead and just uh, stuck with this. But because if I had went out to change it, it would have canceled the live, and then people probably wouldn't have gotten notified and all of that. So we just decided to leave it the way it was and just go with the flow, I guess. So can you guys hear us okay?
I'm assuming they're probably watching ads right now.
Oh yeah, maybe. This is the first time we've ever gone live in YouTube Studio and been able to access it on our computer. So this is interesting. But we'll start saying hi to people. Hi, Tiny Tim. Hi, Tony, Jamie, Billy, Trish. Good morning. We have missed you guys a lot.
Yes.
Yes. We've missed being part of the YouTube community.
So for those of you that don't know, I'm sure most everybody does. The reason we've been gone was we took a trip to California.
We had a bit of a family emergency.
And we wanted to kind of keep everything on the down low as far as being gone because we have a lot of stuff around here that
we can't lock up.
Yeah, we can't lock up. So we just kind of went quiet for a while.
We didn't want to put anything out on the internet and then come home and not have anything. So, welcome to the Hotel California.
Right.
We weren't in a hotel.
Hi, Roberta.
Hi, Roberta.
No, we was far from a hotel, believe me.
Yes. Guess who is out and about? I bet it's
Hi,
you,
Sam.
Oh gosh, we missed you guys so much. Hey, Lori. So we went to stay with my dad, and my dad isn't in great health, and we had to go help him with some things. And I'm really, really glad we got to spend that time with him because it had been 4 years or so since I had seen him, and I knew his health was getting bad, and so we had to do what we had to do to get out there to help him, and hopefully he can make it through the winter.
So we're back now, and we're pretty much starting over from square one. We got rid of everything. We got rid of all of our animals.
Hey, Drew. Not quite all of them.
Yeah. So we did keep the milk cow. She's over at my cousin's place.
Yeah, we had to have some of our animals fostered.
Yeah.
Because being gone for a month, we didn't want to ask somebody to have to come over to our house twice a day to feed the animals. And plus, we wouldn't. Oh, thanks, Sam.
Thanks, Sam.
We didn't. We wouldn't have had the money to feed them or the resources to feed all the animals while we were gone, and we don't have a savings. A savings doesn't exist around here, so we had to sell all of our animals to get money to go to California.
Yeah.
Now, I feel like I have to insert a disclaimer here because a lot of you guys know that we are a nonprofit organization, but the animals that were here were bought with our own private money. They weren't bought with...
Yeah. That was before we got the nonprofit.
Yeah, we had all the animals before we had the nonprofit, and so, nobody get mad at us for selling all of our animals. I know our animals go towards, the idea was to help feed the community, but things just didn't work out.
I really think her seeing her dad with his health declining was a little more important than what we had going on around here.
Yes.
So,
hey, beautiful Lindsay, if I haven't said hi to you already.
Thanksgiving, we was headed to my brother's house.
Lola. Sorry if she's making everybody else's dogs bark.
So anyway, Thanksgiving we was headed to my brother's house, and her dad had called, and she was very upset when she got off the phone with her dad.
I was a big crybaby.
I pretty much told her she didn't really have a choice.
Yeah.
We was going to start selling everything and head that way so we could spend some time with him. And he was, of course, he's off grid.
Yeah,
in the mountains.
totally off grid, out in Northern California in the mountains. We probably saw about 2 foot of snow while we were there. Huh?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, which is not very much for that.
We actually got out just in time. I mean, so it snowed the day before we left.
Yes, and then there's a big storm coming in the day after we left.
So Donner's Pass was open and clear, and we took the opportunity to get out and head home. So
why are all yappy dogs called Lola? So yeah, we went and lived off grid for a month.
Yep.
And it was, I grew up off grid, but I haven't lived that way as an adult. And so it really made us want to move in that direction. My dad ended up sending us home with some solar panels.
Yep.
So to help us out, we still need a lot of stuff to go with it. We don't have any batteries or anything like that, but hopefully we'll be moving slowly towards solar. Maybe not 100%. We might still be tied into the grid. But calling Donner Party 19 and a half. Yes.
Yeah.
So funny thing is, really interesting actually. So the ridge that my dad lives on is actually the ridge that the Donner Party took.
The Immigrant Trail.
The
Immigrant Trail actually runs under his back porch. I
yes.
mean, literally, the Immigrant Trail is under his back porch.
It's awesome. They're what was it? What did Uncle Delbert say it was? He said where the
meeting place where they all met up to go save the Donner Party.
So within walking distance of my dad and my uncle's house, there is a plaque that says that's where the Mule Springs. That's where the rescuers of the Donner Party met. That was their base. I'm sure Wiley can get hold of a lot of batteries from his contacts with scrap vehicles. Yeah. We would prefer to have the lithium ion and not the what are the other kind, lead acid.
Lead acid. Yeah.
But we'll take whatever we can get and upgrade as we go. We only have 6. We only have 6 solar panels, and I don't even know how many.
Well, we have 5 solar panels on that bus that Uncle John gave us too. And we have the control charger and all that over there, but I think that's a small one. I don't think that's going to be big enough for what we need. But
so we'll probably be moving in that direction. And actually, going solar, going off grid was my 10-year was in my 10-year plan when I bought this property before I met Wiley. And in June, our contract with the electric company expires. So this is a good time to start moving towards that because we won't be under contract anymore.
Yep.
So I had to sign a 5-year contract with the electric company when I first moved here to get service. Otherwise, I would have had to pay for the installation and everything. And by signing a 5-year contract, all I had to do was put down the deposit.
So Jamie, yes, we know. It was funny because it was negative 22-degree wind chills here, and it was like in the 50s. Up there where we was at, so it totally we totally got a way out of that.
So
and your metal detecting thing, oh my! I wished I would have had a decent metal detector because yes, Jamie, that would be amazing. And we plan on making a trip up there again. Hopefully this year sometime during the summer, maybe fall. And believe me, that's going to be on my list.
Hey, Cindy, how's it going?
The other thing on my list is I want to go panning. I want to go.
Yeah.
So her uncle has a claim down on the Bear River, And he's actually got a sluice box and all that stuff down there, and
that's
we want to go panning, we want to go check, we want to go gold mining.
But the only way to get there in the winter is to hike, and going down the mountain probably wouldn't have been so bad. Hiking back up would have killed us. We are not in as great of shape as we ought to be, and I used to be able to walk miles and miles and miles, and now I'm not in shape anymore. But
so we got her dad set up with about 3 cords of wood,
plus logs.
Plus we have a bunch of stuff down that's going to make it a whole lot easier for him to get. If he runs out of what we got cut up, I think it'll make it a whole lot easier for him to get what he needs to finish out the winter.
And it won't be too hard for him to get to. So,
absolutely, yes.
So we can't.
Lindsay, that would be awesome.
That would be super awesome. That would be super awesome. I don't know if we'll be putting out a video or not on it. We did take lots of pictures. We took a little bit of video here and there. But my dad and my uncle are really private people, and they live back there off grid in the middle of the woods because they like their privacy. And they told me that if I put out a video, I had to blur them out. So So that would be a lot of blurring out to do, and they don't really want people to see what they have. And I mean, even though like it'd be hard to find them through YouTube or whatever, but I want to respect their privacy. So I don't know. Yeah. We may be putting out a video, we may not. But I didn't even want to post pictures because, like we said when we first went live, I don't know who heard us or not, but we didn't want to make it public that we were going to be gone because we didn't want to get robbed while we were out of town. So
I've got way too much stuff out here that we have no way of locking up. So I didn't want a lot of that around.
Bye, Sam. We'll see you later.
See you later, Sam. Thank you. But Jamie, I cannot imagine metal detecting that ridge out there. And like I said, I mean, it's the Immigrant Trail. It's, they was throwing stuff out of their wagons going through there. And, I mean, I'm sure it's probably been picked through a lot and probably been metal detected a lot. But I bet you could still find some pretty interesting stuff.
Yeah,
so the trip cost us a whole lot more than we thought it was going to. Well,
we had to.
I'll put it this way:
we had to almost max out our credit card again.
Yeah. So on our way up there, we blow a tire out on the van.
So we put our spare on.
So I put my spare on, and we get to Moab, Utah. So, and yes, it's out of the way, but we kind of took out of the way route to go check out some things on our way.
She was hoping to find a few Colt Peacemakers.
Yeah, it'd be nice.
Yes, I would say that they enjoyed the trip, except it was raining and snowing a lot of the time that we were there. And so we were stuck inside my dad's tiny house. I mean, I think square footage-wise, his house is bigger than ours. But here, our kids have things to do. I mean, we have board games, we have arts and crafts supplies, we have a trampoline, we have, we don't have a lot of stuff, but we have stuff for them to do. There, my dad my nephews go over there sometimes, but they're little. And so there wasn't a lot for the kids to do, so they got bored. So we did actually get to spend a full day in Moab, Utah.
Yes. And
oh my gosh.
That's something I have wanted to do for years. I've driven through there and I've seen the sights, but I have wanted to spend time there and haven't been able to. But it was amazing. We spent a full day there.
We could have spent 2 weeks there and still had a good time.
I don't even remember the name of the mountain we was on back there, but we went off back, into the mountains and stuff, and we pull over. The kids was needing to use the bathroom, so we pull over, and the car started getting a little bit of a wobble to it, and so we pull over into this little rest area thing or overlook, and the kids get out and use the bathroom. While they're out using the bathroom, I decide, well, hey, I'm gonna walk around the car and just kind of check things out. I had another tire separating on the right front steer tire of the car.
So he kind of got that backwards. We actually were in Moab, and the wobble happened, so he put our spare tire on there.
That's right.
Because it was showing wires and had a bubble in it. And So we put our spare tire on. Well, then we got just to the other side of Salt Lake City before our spare tire.
No, the other tire blew out. It was a different tire.
It was a different tire. Yeah.
So we just pull over and park, and no, we didn't pull over and park. We drove back to.
We had to go backwards.
Towards Utah.
Yeah, back towards Salt Lake.
And we spent the night in the Walmart parking lot. We get up the next morning. We had to buy a whole new set of tires for the car. Put a new set of tires,
including a spare.
Yeah, put a new set of tires on the car, and then everything went fine. And then some dummy was talked into buying a trailer.
Actually, I think I was probably the one who was talked into it, but he was the one who convinced me.
So, guys, let me tell you.
That was an adventure.
We're driving our minivan.
So, hang on a second. You can never count on Wiley to pass up junk. So he gets to my aunt and uncle, or he gets to my dad and my uncle's house. I mean, they share a property, it was like they were after Wiley's own heart, because there's old trucks out there. There's a pile of scrap metal. There's just old refrigerators and dryers and stuff, and Wiley was like, yes, this is, and you go ahead.
Drew, let me tell you something.
Drew would be in bad shape too.
First thing right out of the box, we go from her dad's house to the little cabin up on the top of the mountain. And in between her dad's house and the little cabin on top of the mountain where we actually stayed, there's stuff everywhere. I mean, and I'm breaking my neck trying to get up here to the top of the mountain. And so they have a 63 Chevrolet dump truck out there.
Beta show. Hi, hello, how are you?
Beta show.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Hi. So they have a 63 Chevrolet dump truck out there. And so her uncle had bought it 5 or 6 years ago. They drove it from Reno out there. They used it for a while, then they parked it. So it's been sitting like 4 years. And my first thought was, I've got to deal him out of it.
Love you, Lindsay.
She leaving?
No, she's at work, so she's in and out.
Oh, okay. So my first thought was, I've got to deal him out of this 63 Chevrolet dump truck. And it happened. I dealt him out of it. So our thing was we was going to, get it running and drive it home. So we started looking at financing and stuff, and it just wasn't feasible this trip. So now it's sitting on top of the mountain waiting on me to come back to get it. Then I'm exploring, and I find it's 6 foot wide, 8 foot long dump trailer. So it's a hydraulic dump trailer. It's really nice. I mean, it's really.
Somebody put a lot of thought into it before they built it. They just didn't do a very good job building it.
Yeah.
So the idea was great. The execution was poor.
So whoever was using this dump trailer broke the tongue off of it. The tongue was broke up. So I thought, no big deal. Take it over to the guy next door, and we welded it all up. And
which is another guy who enjoys his privacy and didn't want to be on camera.
Right.
So.
Right.
Yeah.
So we take it over. We weld the tongue all back up. We order a hitch for the back of the van. We get everything all ready, all hooked up. We order the wiring. We get it all hooked up and everything. Now, guys, I mean, I'm not going to really talk about money here because the stuff was basically given to us, but we had to spend a little bit of money to get everything ready. But
we had to max out our credit card.
Yeah. So anyway, we get the the trailer all hooked up to the van. And we're ready to go. We find this opportunity to get over Donner Pass, so we're out of there. We're gone.
Our minivan has like this much clearance between the hitch and the ground.
So we go off the side of this mountain, and I get about halfway down the mountain and look in the mirror, and the bed of the trailer is almost completely sideways.
He looked at me and said, "We have something seriously wrong." And I was like, "Oh no, we weren't even off the dirt road yet."
So the hinge system on the dump broke, and the trailer, the body of the trailer was coming off the frame.
And we were going down this bumpy dirt road.
Guys, I'm going to post a video of just the road anyway, where y'all will understand what we're talking about.
Yeah, we took some video of the road. We took some video of fixing the trailer.
So then we use ratchet straps. We get the body all pulled back over and tied down to the frame.
Well, hang on a second.
No, we have one ratchet strap.
Yeah, we have one ratchet. And so we have to try to get it to town. We have to try to get off the dirt road. Yes, Jamie,
Yes, Jamie.
we are. We're going to start again next Wednesday.
Yep.
So, yeah, we'll be back at that next Wednesday. But we, this dirt road is rough. And we had to get to town because there's a little store there that sells ratchet straps for about 3 times what they're worth.
Yeah.
And so we're like, if we can just make it to town, we can get more ratchet straps. And we get down there. My sister works at the little store in Dutch Flat, and the for 3 ratchet straps, it was $60.
Yeah.
Yeah. So she was like, "Hang on, let me check my car." And her husband went out and checked his truck and found a few ratchet straps, and so we were able to ratchet strap the whole thing together and get it home. But Wiley had to fix the tongue on it in 3 different spots. You had to weld it, and then one of the leaf springs was busted, so you had to weld it, right?
Yep.
Or I guess where it mounted to the frame.
Yeah. The spring hanger.
They want to be made a moderator. No, I'm not going to make you a moderator because I don't know you.
We don't know you yet.
If you become active and regular, and we get to know you, then we'll consider making you a moderator. But for the safety of our channel and our guests and stuff, we don't want to make people moderators that we don't know.
So, anyway, then the trailer has, the way they designed this trailer, it sits...
Like I said, the idea is great. Execution is awful.
I'm assuming that they built it because they must have had a big 4-wheel drive, because it sits up super tall. And so pulling it behind the minivan, the tongue is like almost on the ground, and the back of it, you have to get a ladder to get into it. So it's tilted like this. Really.
Bye, Lila. So, yeah, the trailer was riding like this behind the minivan.
So it had these tall tires on it. So we stop in Reno. Well, no, we didn't even make it to Reno. We was 3 miles away from the tire shop and blew a tire out on the trailer.
Yes.
So,
but it held air.
It just lost its tread. Yeah. So we pull into the tire shop. We get.
So then we had to buy 2 more tires, but this time we bought used tires.
Yeah, I just bought 2 used tires to put on the trailer, and it lowered it down quite a bit. It looks kind of ridiculous.
Hey, Byron, how are you?
Hey, Byron. But through the whole trip from her dad's house, so it's 5 miles from her dad's house to a little town called Dutch Flat.
No, I thought it was more than that. I thought it was like 8.
Maybe.
I don't know. It's a long.
But it takes almost an hour to get there because you're coming off the side of this mountain.
You're coming over. You go over the ridge, and then you kind of start winding your way down the mountain into the valley, and then you got to go back up the other mountain into town.
So our poor minivan pulling this trailer, I'm like, by the time we get to Reno, I'm 100% convinced in my head that we are not going to make it back to Oklahoma with this minivan. But guys,
he didn't tell me that though.
I didn't say nothing to her, but I was.
Anything till we got home.
I was not convinced we was ever going to make it. But guys, that minivan made it. Like, I cannot believe it held together. Yeah, and it did. It pulled the trailer all the way home.
Yeah, 7 tires in one trip. That's a lot of tires.
Yeah, right.
But we should be good on tires.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to need any tires for a day or 2 anyway.
The problem with us buying new tires is we don't usually keep a vehicle for very long. And
so then, here's another part of the story that's kind of interesting. We get...
Hi, Jesus is Lord. How are you?
I cannot remember what the name of the town was. But we pull in. Kids are needing to use the bathroom, so we pull into the truck stop. And the kids all get out and go in and use the bathroom. Whenever Jen gets out, she looks at me and she's like, "Hey, do you think we need to top off the fuel?"
Oh, this story.
And so I look at it, and it's 3/4 of a tank. I'm like, "Nah, we're good. We're good. Let's go."
And then we passed the sign that says "Last gas for 100 miles."
Like 2 miles away from the
2.7 miles from the gas station.
Well, 2 miles from the gas station, we passed this sign that says no services for 100 miles.
Oh.
And 2.7 miles before we make it to the next gas station, guess what happens? We run out of fuel.
We ran out of gas.
Me and Jen's discussing what we're going to do, And Michael jumps out of the car and takes off running.
Towards town.
Towards town.
Because, I mean, we could see it.
Yeah.
I mean, it was...
So he makes it to town. While he makes... Well, no, he didn't make it to town.
While he's on his way to town.
The sheriff pulls up behind us, and he's like, hey, guys, what's going on? And, you know, we tell him what's going on. And he said, man, I didn't see your son headed towards town whenever I come through there.
But he was in black sweatpants and a black jacket running down the side of the
in the middle of the
highway. In the middle of the night. So, well, yeah, it was... Yeah.
Anyway, the sheriff goes up, picks Michael up, takes him to the gas station, gets gas, and he can't give Michael a ride back, so he just brings the gas back to us. We get going again on the road. We get up there and we get done. We get gas. We pick Michael up. Everything's all good. And really, the rest of the trip went pretty well.
Yeah. Yeah, it did.
We stopped in
New Mexico.
And Laguna, New Mexico, and spent a day and a half with her uncle and aunt and a whole house full of kids.
Yeah.
Literally.
I have a lot of kids.
It was bad enough, guys. Listen to this. It was bad enough that there was this house full of kids that whenever we get in the car and we get to Albuquerque, New Mexico, we figure out that we left one of our kids there. No, we purposely left one of our kids there.
Yeah.
So Hunter decided to stay and spend some time with his cousins and stuff out in New Mexico.
Which he'd never met before. Yeah. Definitely making memories. God is definitely good. He got us home. He gave us the resources to do what we needed to do and get home safely. And so Hunter is in New Mexico for a couple of weeks. Yeah. And then he'll probably be coming home. So
you're absolutely right, Paul. We won't be forgetting it for a long time.
Yeah, no. Yeah. So, yes, we had to sell the pigs.
We had to sell the pigs.
We have our coonies. And honestly, I'm not sure that we'll go back to big pigs. Because we may, I don't know. But the wound is still fresh. They were a pain in the butt. Yeah. And they were kind of scary. Like, I mean, our pigs were nice. They'd let you pet them, and they'd come to you and rub on you and stuff. But one comes running at you super fast, and you get scared, even though they're friendly. So it sounds like a character building trip. Yeah,
for sure. For sure.
And to do it with 4 kids in the car that don't get along, that was... Yeah. I'm surprised we all survived, to be honest with you. Right. And then while we were there, we were living in a travel trailer. You know, it just... was an average travel trailer. It was pretty nice. It had a tiny wood stove that was only about like this big. That was impossible to keep going. Pigs are supposed to be a butt pain, but they taste so good. Yeah. So the coonies like are just, they're so easy compared to regular pigs.
Them guys just lay around in the yard and don't do nothing all day, every day. I mean, they don't bother any of our plants. They don't bother any of our trees. They don't bother nothing.
They don't dig holes everywhere.
Yeah.
Like our big pigs, they would root a hole that you could fill with water and make a small pond.
Yeah. And they actually say that these coon pigs are
really tasty.
Really, really tasty. They say they're kind of like the top of the line of the meat on pigs.
I can totally respect that, Roberta. We didn't want to drive around with a gas can in the car because gas stinks. But
matter of fact, what little bit of time we had the gas can in the car, I was having to drive with the windows down. It was ridiculous.
Yeah. So there was a lot of times we had to drive with gas in the car while we were there because my dad had solar and he substituted with a generator. So there was a lot of times we had to go to town and get gas and propane and but all he has is those little propane bottles, the grill bottles or whatever.
Yeah, a little 5-gallon or 5-pound, whatever you call them. So we did stay in a little the cabin we stayed in was a travel trailer. It was, and they had a little wood stove that was about this wide and about this tall.
I think that's too big. I think that's including the legs.
That was the biggest pain I have ever. You literally had to sit in the floor in front of the wood stove and stick sticks in it all day long, or it would go out. and then it was a mess to try to get restarted.
Bye, Tony. Thanks for hanging out with us. Yeah, it was awful in that it was so moist in that camper.
Yeah.
Seemed like we'd bring dry wood in it and it would draw moisture.
Yeah.
We were always fighting moisture. But it was a nice place to stay while we were there.
Yeah, it was.
Next time we go, it won't be in the winter.
No. So really, today's live was just letting you guys know we're back.
Kind of catching everybody up on what was going on because, like we said, we didn't want to make our trip public.
Although I did get on Mike and Terry's live and do some talking a while back, and I mean, kind of probably a lot of guys know what's going on, but we didn't want to really do it on our live and get it out there like that. So.
Yeah, because we have a lot of friends friends, acquaintances, whatever, that know where we live, and we didn't want them to know we were going to be gone for a month.
Yeah.
Because a month is a good amount of time to clean somebody out.
Yeah.
If you know they're not home. So, yeah. But we still have a set of rabbits that we got to go pick up from our friend's house. We got our coons that we got to go get from our neighbor's house, and that's on the. Today, our goal is to take the burdens off of our friends that we put on them before we left.
Yeah.
So, but yes, we had a great time. I got to see a lot of family that I haven't seen in a long time.
Honestly, if Jen would let me, I would have stayed there.
Yeah. He loved it.
That was.
The kids didn't love it so much, and I was like, I would love it if it wasn't California.
If it wasn't for the California politics, guys, we would probably be living there. But that's not. I mean,
yeah,
it's just not.
Yeah, you can't change California and their stupidity. Thank goodness Wiley hasn't noticed all the Chevy stuff I took. That's another thing that he saw there, Drew, was the square body.
So he's got a 73 one-ton dually Chevrolet. I cannot believe that it's not rusted completely out. I mean, and it's pretty darn nice truck.
It is, yeah.
And I'm in the process of dealing him out of it.
It's our abundant life. She said, "Amen. We live here." Where are you guys at? Or she? I'm sorry, you might not be a she. I don't know, but where do you guys live in California?
So.
Hey, Evelyn, how's it going?
Hi, Evelyn. So I have to figure out how to get a 66 Chevrolet 2-ton dump truck home and a 73 model square body dually home.
Paul said, "Wow, 73 dually? I'd love that."
Yeah.
And it's got a flatbed on
it. It's got about a 12-foot flatbed on it.
Yeah.
It's a nice truck.
It is.
So I mean, you know, really, chances are I probably ain't never going to be able to go get them.
Hi, Lori. How are you? She said, "Don't even say bye."
Hi, Lori. So, but I'm going to tell you, it's going to be, whether it's this year, next year, 2 years from now, 3 years from now, we will have a video of me driving a 63 Chevrolet 2-ton dump truck home from California.
Drew said he'll ride along.
You
should take Drew, because Drew would help you if it broke.
Oh, heck yeah, man. That would be awesome. That's what we need to do. Me and you and Drew and Lindsay need to get together, take a trip up there, and then you and Lindsay can be our parts runner whenever we're headed home.
I guess. Gosh, why are we always going to be the parts runner? Why can't we be the wrench turner? We're always the ones getting the wrenches or getting the parts. We can't do any of the fun stuff.
But I really do. I mean,
we either have to leave the kids here or there, or put them in the back of the dump truck. Yeah. Because I don't want to listen to them fighting again.
So, is what I was thinking was, if I do that, if I take the dump truck, if I get it running, maybe I can build a hitch and tow the 1-ton behind it, and we can
yes.
bring them home.
Yes, but we need lots of money.
Yeah, I mean, the dump truck is probably going to be like, 5 miles a gallon all the way home. So yeah, it's not going to be a cheap ride.
And And you know,
so that would be
not to mention, you know, we're gonna have to buy the truck. Then we're gonna have to get it running. Then we're gonna have to put tires on it. And then we're gonna have to put gas in it all the way home.
Yeah.
So tow the dually behind the dump truck and all go up in Drew and Lindsay's bus.
Absolutely. Yeah. There you go. So the trip, that's to Dutch Flat, California. That's
so
where her dad lives.
Our Abundant Life, we just got back from Dutch Flat. It's up off of I-80 if you don't know where it's at. And we were there for a month visiting my dad and my sister.
No, Lori, we're not moving. It's I want to if it wasn't California.
Yeah.
That I just you can't without going and taking you and showing you. You can't explain it. It is absolutely amazing up there where her dad lives. Yeah. Oh my.
Drew said, "Let's drive them down that mountain, then load it on a trailer." You probably need to do that.
Well, the problem is, Drew, is it's so a 1-ton dually with a 12-foot flatbed and then a dump truck with about a 12-foot bed. I think you're going to have at least a 40-foot trailer, if not more, to get them both loaded. I've actually thought of that, but yeah, I don't know. And a heck of a lot more of a truck than I've got to tow them. So.
Drew said, "Hey, this went from his gas to my gas real quick." Yeah. Jamie said, "Go during the bend thing again. The descend on bend."
Descend on bend.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Drew, Paul's threatening you. So, the way the road is, I mean, we saw semis up there because they were doing work on the power lines and stuff. But the way that road is, I would not want to pull a 40-foot trailer.
It scared me to death driving our minivan. I mean, you're looking at a couple of 1,000-foot drop off on this side and a wall on this side, and a road barely wide enough for your car to be on.
Donna said YouTube's got them shut down again.
What?
Oh man, we'll have to hear more about that.
Wow, that's no good.
Stupid YouTube.
What happened?
I'll say that later.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, there's like a wall mountain here, and then there's a 1-lane road, and then there's a drop off, a straight cliff drop off.
It's physically impossible to get 2 vehicles side by side on this road. It's so narrow.
Hey Charles, how are you?
Every now and then there's a little bit of a wide spot where you can pull over and let a vehicle by. So multiple times as we went through, was going to town or whatever, multiple times I would have to back up a half a mile to find a wide spot to let another car through.
Backing up down this narrow road with a cliff on the side of one side.
Yeah.
Is pretty terrible.
Yeah.
We did do some cave exploring while we were there. Wiley didn't want to go in. We did go down to the American River, and if you guys have never seen the American River, oh my gosh, you're missing out. It's beautiful.
The sketchiest bridge I have ever drove across. Guys, it's a suspension bridge that has corrugated metal for a floor, and it's like 5 miles above the American River. And whenever you get on it, you can feel your car doing this.
I think
all the way across it.
I think Wiley's butt cheeks took a bite out of it.
I do have some video of that too that'll be on my channel.
Wiley.
Or what?
There's one more of those.
Yeah.
All right. You want some?
Yeah, what did YouTube do, Donna? I mean, like Lori said, is it for an old video? Jamie said, "Oh, I will watch."
Jamie, I'm telling you, I told Jen whenever we get to this point and I see this bridge, there's another little road goes off this way, and I was like, "We're not having to cross that bridge, are we?" And Jen was like, "Yeah, that's we gotta go."
He said, "If I'd known this was it, we wouldn't have come." Is it fine if I empty this now? Mom, can I empty this? It's full.
Let me see.
It's
Oh yeah, of course. Sure.
And it looks like it's. Oh no, it's up. It's full.
Yeah, totally, Paul. It was. I'm not that big a fan of that kind of stuff. But they all wanted to go, so I just sat in the car.
Yeah, he did. He sat with the dog.
I used Lola as an excuse to have to sit and babysit Lola.
I'll just stay here with the dog. So worried. Our dog was not a car rider, and now she is. Now when we leave, she wants to go with us.
Yeah, she's 9 years old. She's never been a car rider at all. And this trip to California ruined her. She's yeah.
Now she wants to go everywhere.
I'm gonna get in the car and go with you guys.
A lot of channels weren't viewable yesterday. Huh.
Huh.
That was another thing about staying in California is our cell service was.
Yeah, I was actually hoping to get to, before we left, do a little bit of a live or something, but there's no way. I didn't get to watch.
We would have had to sit in town.
So we actually ordered her dad a signal booster, and got it hooked up there. But the only time he can run it's whenever he's running his generator, and so it was just a little bit here and there, and it worked great. But like I said, you can only use it every now and then. So we really didn't get to even watch anybody's videos, channels. We've got a lot of catching up to do.
What the heck? So Donna's saying that it was from their video yesterday. It wasn't up long. Connor said something about starting the loader, but didn't show it. He wasn't in the loader at all. I guess they assumed he got on after the camera. And then she said, he stuck his hand over and started it, but he didn't show it.
Wow.
So turning a key is dangerous. I've appealed it and it was rejected.
They rejected the repeal.
Oh,
You're
my
kidding
gosh.
me.
I think it's the devil trying to attack you, Donna.
Yep.
Don't get discouraged. Y'all are awesome. Y'all are doing the right thing. Your kids are great. And y'all are raising them right. Don't let YouTube discourage you. California needs to be reminded of where it actually is. Their darn politicians are idiots. They are part of the USA whether they want to be or not. I wish they'd become their own country so that their stupid politics didn't affect us so much.
Drew, I know I've seen one of Lindsay's videos.
I haven't.
But
no.
I don't even remember what it was. It was kind of one of those days that things was crazy, and I can't remember. I can't even remember what it was, to be honest with you. So no, we haven't.
I'll get Sheila ready to go again, but take Lindsay with me. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. We need to go, and we need to leave all of our kids behind.
Yeah.
So we can have fun.
Yeah.
And not listen to arguing all the way there and back.
Yeah, no, it's not just California, but California is probably the worst. I mean, it's...
Yeah, they say that it starts in California, and then it kind of permeates out from there. Because usually bad policies start in California. My point, Jen, they should not be able to affect so much, right?
Right.
Yes.
Right.
I completely agree. Agree.
I don't really want to get into it on here, but some of the commercials we've seen on TV over there, I would not own a TV in California.
No.
I would, no way.
No.
It is absolutely ridiculous, some of the stuff we've seen.
So, on the news, my dad was watching the news, and I guess California is all about this reparations stuff. So if you can prove that one of your ancestors was a slave, which isn't very hard to do.
I actually have proof that I have an ancestor that was a slave. I mean, we have solid proof that I have an ancestor that was a slave. You get a $250,000 check.
Yeah, because you weren't a slave. I mean, you're not enslaved, right, Wiley?
Yeah, no.
Like, do you feel any?
Yeah, I do. You are a slave driver.
I guess I'll have to put the whip away so you don't have to think about it. So we also on the news there was a thing. So it said that it was talking about the reparations thing. It was also saying that if you're transgender, just for being transgender in California, you get like $1,200 a month. If you're a single black female that's pregnant, you get $1,000 a month.
Bye, Tiny Tim.
you know, they talk about being racist. I think those policies are racist. I mean, why do you got to be black and pregnant? Why can't you be orange and pregnant?
Yeah.
You know, and get
Awesome. Lindsay will be there.
Yes. Wait, we'll be where?
She's going to be live on the Vineyard.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we'll be there. We'll clear our schedule. California.
Where have you been, Lori?
Yeah,
where have you been?
Yeah.
Where have you been? I don't know what it's. Yeah. Where? What?
Thank you.
We're talking about California.
Yeah, Donna said, I'm thinking they have a tag on us watching everything, or we have some friends, sarcasm, watching and wanting to protect our children from harm. Yeah, probably people from California. They believe that all kids should do is play video games all day and eat junk food and not have to lift a finger to do nothing because they're kids.
At work, not receiving a check.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, exactly. Right. Why can't you be a hardworking person and get this help? I know, because they don't want to.
Absolutely, Paul.
They don't want to support people that actually work and think for themselves.
I didn't want to get in deep into it as Jen did, but it's absolutely ridiculous.
Yes, I know, it's so bad. We aren't all horrible. I know, Cindy. You're not horrible. And not all Californians are horrible. Politics in California are horrible.
Yes. I've got family in
and the people
area.
making those making the rules are, I can't say they're horrible people. They have horrible ideas.
Yeah. I've got a cousin that is the head chemist at.
Yes, Trish.
I don't know how to say it. It's Coeur Deluxe or Coeur Deluxe or something winery up in Napa, California. And back whenever her and I used to chat a lot on Facebook, but back whenever Trump was running for president, she got mad at me and deleted me off Facebook, and I ain't heard from her since.
He tried to reach out to them while we were there, and he couldn't get over.
And then my cousin was a pharmacist in the Sacramento area.
Tamara, why don't Indians get reparations?
Right.
You know? I don't look it, but I'm Indian. You can't tell by my blonde hair and my freckles, but
yeah,
I got Indian blood.
I mean, there's a huge population of America that's got Indian blood in it.
Hey, Simply Jan, how are you?
Hi, Jan.
I digress. She said, what if we get rid of the government? I agree. We should do that. Liberals should be sold as slaves to Nigerian warlords. Then they could at least have first-hand experience complaints. Right, yes. That's another thing. Get rid of liberals.
Yeah.
Because, liberty means freedom, and they are the exact opposite of wanting freedom. But, yeah, I hate talking politics. Yeah. I'm going to piss YouTube off.
I think we need to get on a different subject.
Yeah. I'm gonna make YouTube mad, and then we'll be in the same boat with Donna.
But we would be all over, man. I'll tell you, this place, we cut a pine tree down, and I bet we got, so there was 60 foot of it still laying on the ground, and so beyond that 60 foot, I cut up into firewood, and I bet I got 2 cords of firewood out of that.
I bet it was 150 foot tall.
Oh, it's 180 at least.
And when we cut it down, oh my gosh, I wish I would have recorded it because that was awesome. It crashed and it made a whole ruckus, and then we thought it was going to go in the road. And the funniest thing is it hit a big tree right next to the road and slid down the tree, broke all the branches off. And then the top, 10, 15 foot of the tree we cut down was standing up like this.
It was buried.
It looked like it grew there.
Whenever I got it cut up into firewood, Mikey walked over there, and there was a hole probably 2 foot deep where it had speared itself into the ground. But it snapped it off right at the edge of the road, and none of it went into the road.
Yeah, it's kind of.
I mean, not like it would have mattered, because I mean, we're talking about the side of the mountain road up here where nobody drives anyway.
Yeah. You made your own California earthquake. Fell on that tree. Yeah. That's probably what registered the earthquake.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
But no, somebody asked earlier if we had felt the earthquake. I don't think we did. Actually,
I mean, I don't know. Whatever. we had snow falling out of the trees onto the trailer, and I mean, it was moving some things around. But I could have swore that I woke up early that morning, and felt a little tremor. But I don't know. But we was so far away from it, it wouldn't have been anything.
Yeah. There was something else I was gonna say, but I forgot what it was now.
Yeah.
Not remember. Oh, so before we left, we tried to winterize our house the best we could because, we didn't want to go home to a disaster. And it got really
And she
cold.
messed up.
It got really cold in Oklahoma while we were gone. Like negative 22 degrees wind chill. It got really, really cold. And while we were in California, we're like, there may be snow on the ground, but we're happy that it's not negative 22 degrees.
Guys, it was seriously up there, though. It would snow 2 foot deep. I mean, it literally, I think, I think about a foot at one time.
Yeah, I don't think it ever got under 25. I think the upper 20s was the coldest it got while we were there.
And you could walk around outside with a t-shirt on, even at that temperature. It was still not.
Because there's not a lot of wind, at least on ground level. You can see the top of the pine trees going like this, but it was pretty warm there considering it being wintertime. But then again, we're here in Oklahoma and we're used to the wind chill and it being below zero. But anyway, so we turned our water off and we drained all the pipes. So we thought. So we forgot about the Lily. I'll get with you in just a minute. So we forgot that our refrigerator has the little water ice dispenser in the door. So we didn't drain it.
So the filter down in the bottom of the refrigerator?
So the filter cracked and broke, and now we're having to pull it out in pieces, and there's still a piece stuck in there. So I don't know.
Then I don't even know how I'm going to get out.
Yeah, I don't know if we're going to be able to use our water on our refrigerator again. But we were able to turn that off, so it quit leaking. And then our bathroom sink is plumbed, but it's not hooked up. So the way that my dad did it when he came to help me was he put these copper elbow stub things on the end of the PEX pipe, and so it's closed. We didn't think, so it's kind of a low spot in our water system, whatever, that I guess it held water there, because when we got home and turned the water on, it was flooding our bathroom. So, but 2 leaks aren't bad.
And we had all the stuff here to fix it, so it wasn't no big deal.
We had extra rings and the tool to do it and whatever, so it didn't take Wiley 10 minutes to get it fixed, but go brush it. Yes.
So, but I tried to think of everything, but obviously didn't. I put RV antifreeze in the washing machine.
And in the toilet.
And in all the P-traps under the sink, everything. I put RV antifreeze and everything, trying to prepare, but obviously I didn't think of everything.
All of our house plants died. They all froze. Bye, Billy.
Bye, Billy.
But they can be replaced.
Except for one.
And, yeah.
Except for one, Mom. See?
Speaking of which, I forgot to bring back a piece of Grace, Deb's plant. From her great-grandma.
Oh, dang it. Yeah, you did.
My stepmom has this plant that came from like her great-grandma or her great-great-grandma.
It's just an ivy.
It's just an ivy. But I was going to bring part of it home because it's super hardy ivy. What else do we have to talk about?
One of my plants didn't die.
Oh, it might still be good.
I don't know.
Put some water in it. Give it some water.
I think we pretty much touched on a little bit of everything. But we are going to start
serving
lunch again next week. Next Wednesday, we'll be live at the church, serving lunches again.
Mm-hmm. We have to figure out a way to make some money because we are out of money and in the hole. We worked so hard to winterize everything and had everything done. The first day, the blower went out on our wood furnace. Haha, it was 51 in here one day. Oh,
wow.
51 is cold.
Yeah, that's pretty cold for inside a house. For sure.
I don't know how cold it got in our house, but it was cold enough to kill my ivy and my aloe vera plant.
Absolutely, Roberta. That's something that I didn't even know anything about it till I was on Mike and Terry's live the other day, and that's like the only live
When
that
is it?
remember I told you we was like I don't even remember now, March, May.
When
I've
is
got
it?
it on my phone. But yes, absolutely, we need to get a hold of JB.
Oh yeah,
and,
yeah. It's gonna be up there by the lake.
We are,
Yeah.
we are, yes, we're planning on
Yeah. I forgot you mentioned that to me, but now I remember.
But yeah, I mean, we're starting over pretty much 100%.
So, like we said, we have a set of rabbits left. The silver fox rabbits we got from Walker Farm Cam about a year ago. We have them, but we had to get rid of all the rest of the rabbits. We have the 2 coons, and we were able to take our milk cow over to Wiley's cousin's house, and hopefully she'll come back bred. And
so I think the bull we
That's about
had was no good.
yeah,
I don't think he was a bull.
he was a dud.
He was a dud.
He was a dud.
So the Butters is running with my uncle's cattle, and I'm hoping his bull has gotten to her.
And he's Black Angus.
He's Black Angus, yeah.
So hopefully she'll come back bred. But we don't have goats anymore. We have a couple of roosters that we couldn't catch, and so they're still running around. We had a couple ducks that are still running around, some guineas that foraged and are still running around. But yeah, we got to go get our rabbits today and our pigs.
Yeah. Drew, I did see that video. I did get to see that video of y'all going and picking up Lindsay's car on your way to, I think was it your mom's house you was headed to?
6 degrees, -20 wind chill.
Yeah,
oh my gosh.
I watched the video. It's pretty good.
Napa area is where our abundant life is.
All right, Donna, thanks for stopping by, and we will be seeing you around.
Yes, yes.
So it's Our Abundant Life. I mean, for some reason I'm wanting to say Amy, but is that a different channel?
Yes, because Amy lives in Oklahoma, or
Does she?
just on the other side
Okay,
of the border.
So you're in the Napa area. I don't know if you missed it a while ago whenever I was talking about it. I've got a cousin up there that
Hey, Randy and Sharon, how are y'all doing?
I've got a cousin up there that is the head chemist at Coeur Deluxe,
Hey,
Coeur
Cora.
Deluxe Winery in the Napa area. I don't know if you know anything about that or
We
not.
don't know a lot about wine.
No.
I know that I like Moscato, but that's about it. And the stuff that tastes like grape juice. I like the stuff that tastes like grape juice too. Mike and Jen. Ah,
Oh,
well, I'm Jen.
wait a minute. They're the ones that we're making the sign for, ain't they? Are you the guys the ones that won the sign?
That was Jen. I think her
That was
name
Mike and Jen.
Was it Mike and Jen?
Yeah.
And they're in California too. So yeah.
So
Life
now that you're on here, obviously you've seen that we've been on.
But if you are the ones who have the sign, or who won the sign, we have a perfect piece of wood picked out for you. So you guys wanted a piece of like pecan or something to match that one sign you had. What is that? Oh, is that over there? Oh.
Yep.
Oh, awesome. So we finally got some pecan, but it's really green, and so we're gonna have to let it sit for like a year before we can use it. But we have I don't know, how old would you say that is?
Oh, it's old.
I don't know.
I don't
It's
have any idea. Probably 20, 30 years old.
It's old barnwood.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so he made a couple cutting boards out of
JR
it.
Excavating. Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay.
He made a couple cutting boards out of that wood, and it was beautiful. And I think it'll go right along with y'all's rustic theme you have.
And sorry, if you haven't noticed what was going on, we've been gone for over a month. to her dad's house in California. So
Yeah.
that's we've. I know we're way behind on getting that done for you, but
Yeah, we should get it done before we find work and get busy.
no kidding.
Because right now we're taking this week to get things straightened out, and we got to unpack, unwind, collect our animals, and then we've got to figure out how we're gonna make some money, because bills are gonna come due. So if anybody's got any work for us, no, I'm just kidding. You're probably gonna have to start making phone calls, calling people we know. Hey, you got anything that needs to be done? Otherwise, one of us is gonna have to get a job. So.
Yeah.
We don't want to go back to the rat race. We escaped that.
We thought we did anyway.
Yeah, we thought we did. We might have escaped it temporarily. I don't know. Anybody got any questions for us? We should probably start getting around and getting a hold of people and getting our stuff done.
Getting
we only got a couple hours before it gets dark.
Yeah.
Shoot.
I need a cleaner and a mechanic again. I think you're a long ways away, Paul.
Are you gonna pay for our travel expenses? Because totally come help out if we can get there. Come on over. I'll put you to work with Con and Ike. That would be fun.
Man, that would be awesome, Donna.
Fun.
Yeah, I wish we could.
Bye, Lori.
Bye, Lori.
Have a good day. It was nice seeing you.
Paul said nope.
Well, might have to take a rain check on that. You might have to find yourself a different mechanic and cleaner. Yeah. So if nobody's got any questions for us, we'll probably wrap this up. It's been an hour.
Been an hour.
It's been an hour.
Yeah, we need to. We've got things to get done. So
Like going to go pick up my hedgehog.
And I gotta get Wiley back to work in my garden because about that.
I bought you a dump trailer and brought it home from California. Now you can do it yourself.
Are you gonna give me money to go get compost? Because I'm fresh out. Yeah. Okay,
all right, guys. We probably better wrap this up. We just wanted to let everybody know what was going on, and we missed y'all. And
I love you guys.
Lily said she loves you guys. So anyway, yeah.
Yeah.
We love you all. We're happy to be back. We will see everybody over at the Vineyard Farmhouse tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern. Is it Eastern?
Yep.
I'm not sure. See, Wiley was right. Jen is maybe just a little bit. I don't really have a whip though. I just threaten him with dinner, and I'm like, if you don't get this done, you don't get to eat dinner tonight. No. Okay.
all right, guys. We love you guys, and we got to get off here. We got things to do.
Yep, gotta go. Bye, guys.
Bye.